Taurus, this is your weekly tarot card reading from Born Without Boundaries Tarot, as well as your weekly astrology summary. This reading is for Taurus, Sun, Moon, and Rising signs. So above all, it is an energy reading. I want you to take the energy that I describe and apply it to where it resonates in your life, because it is ultimately your reading. You might want to check out your moon sign and your rising sign videos as well, because sometimes, depending on what's happening in your natal chart, you'll relate to those a little bit better than your sun sign. There's always an extended reading that I do hope you'll join me for, where we go deep and get details. And that link is down below in the description box. I'll attach it above here at the end of the video so you can just click right on it and get right to it. And I'll also pin it to the top of the comment section. Taurus, if you really, really, really love my content, then please do show your love by giving it a thumbs up, and then subscribe to the channel and ring that notification bell so that you know when I upload your favorite content. And for those of you who are really, really enthusiastic about my content, you can join me daily for a live, interactive live chat, daily tarot card reading over on my second YouTube channel, Astrology Motivation. You can just @ Astrology Motivation here on YouTube and find it and meet me over there. I'd love to have you join the chat. So we're going to go over the astrology, and it is a little bit intricate actually, because there is a full moon that's coming on February 5th, and it happens that it's going to be square to Uranus, and Uranus is dead center Taurus right now. So for those of you who are 15 degrees Taurus, what does that mean? It means that your natal sun is at or around 15 degrees of the Taurus zone. So sort of right in the center. So I would say your birthdays would be, if your birthdays are right in the middle of Taurus season, then your natal sun is conjunct to Uranus right now. And that conjunction is just sort of like surprising people with your prospects, with your purpose, loving and being interested in odd things, strange things, being attracted to the unusual, and really reveling in your peculiarities. But it's going to be square to the current sun as well as to the moon during this full moon. And full moons are about release. Now, since this full moon is in Leo, it's about release of ego, release of what you thought you could be, who you might have thought you were. And this square means that there's going to be a challenge with peculiarities, a challenge with surprises, maybe being surprised at the way people perceive you, since the moon is in Leo, the sun is in Aquarius. So since the sun is in Aquarius, maybe surprised at the way people perceive you, or surprised about what people like, and really having conflict with that and who you are, and really feeling a challenge right now as to who you want to be versus what seems to be popular. And how does that affect you? How does that impact you? And what challenges does that create for you? So Taurus, it's just a challenge, and it will pass. The moon is actually passing very quickly, though Uranus will stay square to the sun the entire week. So there will be constant challenges with, who am I? Really, have I accepted those aspects of myself that maybe might not be the most popular things? Or am I trying to rebel against what's popular because I want to stand out? And then, bam, we have, this could also be challenges with technology, like in the most literal sense, because Uranus rules all kinds of really high mathematics and executive function, higher learning, and real like the internet and everything. This is what Uranus rules. So there could be some challenges just with practicalities in terms of, I don't know, how you're seen online, or what pops up online, or what is brought to light that you learn, or something going on with modern technology, and especially like the internet and stuff like that. So watch out for that. That's all week long. I won't feel like Mercury retrograde. I think it will be bigger than just little glitches, because it's concerning Uranus. But these challenges, these squares, are always to bring you to a higher space, to sort of release energy so that you learn and grow. So there's always there's a good side to the squares, even though it can be challenging this week. Venus is your ruling dignitary, and Venus is currently in Pisces, and this is going to make you very romantic. It's going to have a very kind of almost lazy impact on you. So watch how much you spend, and watch whose BS you believe right now, because you could actually fall for a lot, because it's this like really romantic time. Expect yourself to also be very dreamy right now and easily distracted, but also very beautiful and very romantic and even poetic. This is a time of wonderful expansion when it comes to your creative self, as well as, you know, your maybe own personal look. But I think that that's kind of like, you know, changing your look, but changing it to something that would surprise other people, or changing the look of your home or whatever. It's like beautifying things, but in a way that might surprise other people, but really intrigues you. Make that word intrigued go front and foremost right now, because intrigued is sort of the theme of this entire week for you. And if things don't intrigue you, then you might not be paying that much attention to them. So let's get into the cards. We have, the Magician, and that's you. It's always you. So the Magician says you're taking something from the imagination and you're creating it into reality. You are the person that links the ether to the world, the realm of the real, to matter. So what have you been working on that is coming from your dreams? This has to do with creative energy, your intentions, and your focus on making this real. So this is commitment to making your dreams reality, and that's more metaphoric than aspirational. This is something that you've actually come up with and that you are trying to assemble, and it's almost like magic. So this implies that something may actually bubble up and come through, but what I'm certain of is there is clarity about what you want to do and the road forward, because you have the Knight of Wands here. So number one, this could be, now you know which direction you want to go. You have an idea, you have a creative inspiration, you want to go, you want to do it, and you should absolutely take action on this dream. If there's opportunity, then absolutely take it. Watch the Aries video. It goes over a lot of that energy. This is the time to take action. But ultimately, the Knight of Wands may also be speaking literally, in that there is somebody that's a younger fire sign, maybe up to the age of 25, so young, virile, passionate energy that could be kind of like a ship passing in the night, or an intimate encounter that doesn't add up to much, but really does take you by storm. And I gotta say, this could be something that you should allow to happen, because it will inspire you. And it's through inspiration. I think it's really inspiration that you're seeking right now. We have Wheel of Fortune, so good luck will come from something that you thought was going to be fleeting or passing, whether it's a person or an opportunity. Good luck is going to come from this situation, opportunity that you thought was going to be fleeting, right? And it itself, the moment, doesn't have to last for a long time for it to have huge impact and create a breakthrough. So this is almost going to be something that has a lot of impact without a lot of longevity. And then we got one more card, the Knight of Cups. So this is a show of confidence. It's faith. It's having faith in something, showing faith in something, allowing your faith to guide you. It's demonstrating how much you care about something or someone. It is really following your heart. I think that's the best way. But I like this is a very poetic person. This could be a very very busy week for you if you're involved with a Knight of Wands and a Knight of Cups. This could be two different people, so this could be a water sign up to the age of 25. If you're in college, I would say this is going to be a busy week. Okay, if you know what I mean. But have fun. You know, this is almost like spring break material, because I do think that things will work out better than you think if you just let them. But there's going to be a conflict with you letting it happen. And I don't know what that is. I feel like it's a moral conflict in some ways, holding you up. And then we have the Knight of Pentacles. So there's a lot of knights around here. So there's a lot of action being taken. Knight of Pentacles is going slow, is somebody who takes action, but in a very slow and responsible way. Knight of Pentacles would be more what you relate to, or what's related to the sign of Taurus. And then there's Seven of Swords. Okay, let me just say this right now. I will say this right now. This is all about competition, and if you don't take action, somebody's about to swipe this from you and get to it first, and you're going to be looking back in regret. Why do I say that? Because I have the Seven of Swords, which means somebody's about to swipe something from you. And you may be distracted and thinking you're just distracted. I don't know why you're distracted, but there's some sort of distraction. Is somebody sort of undermining you or taking advantage when your face is turned in an opposite direction? So they might not be what's intentionally causing the distraction, but if you're distracted, they're going to take advantage of it. So this is a big old red flag FYI, but I'm glad that you're watching this because now you know. And then we had the Four of Swords. So that means that there will be regret or reflection, or you are currently reflecting on a time when somebody did this to you, when somebody kind of like pulled the rug out from underneath you and swiped an opportunity that could have been yours or you feel should have been yours. Let me tell you why this remembrance of regret is coming up, so that you don't do it again, because you're about to be given another chance and you need to just act on it and act fast. I've been getting a lot of messages like that for a lot of the zodiac signs. Do not hesitate, because something that rarely happens, and this is what can happen with Uranus too, it'll surprise you. It does things that don't make sense and aren't synchronicitous, and that's intentional. So it's like what this could be is bringing up an opportunity that you thought you lost. It's not the same opportunity, but you should have learned from a past situation to not sit on this, because you got people hungry. You got all these knights around you, and these knights know what they want, and it's about, how do I go about this? How do I go about getting on? Now maybe you're reflecting on how should I have gone about doing this thing or getting this thing, because it clearly meant a lot to you, but you still feel like swiped. You still feel like, in some ways, taken advantage of. Yeah, I don't think it's you. I think it's you being taken advantage. I don't think it's you taking advantage. Expect powerful change. We do not have an eclipse on this full moon, but the card, like, think of the mentality and show the world the real you. And this is Aquarius energy. The moon is full in Leo now, not in Aquarius. The sun is in Aquarius. So this is really about changing the way. So people are about to change the way that they see you. There's a huge change. Whether that's good or bad, I don't know. But there is definitely some swiping here. There's definitely some underhanded business. There's definitely like sending in the dogs and kind of making sure that you got what you want, or somebody got what they wanted and nobody else had the chance. There is something here that is being revealed and coming out that will change the way people see you, or change the way that you want to be seen. Maybe change even the way that you feel about the public or about a social situation that maybe you were once part of, right? But now you don't want to be a part of it anymore because you've gotten some intel and you've gotten some realization, oh, you know what? This isn't what I believe in. This isn't who I am. Yes, there will be discomfort because you have been associated, A, and B, it's always hard to like find a reason why, like to separate yourself or distance yourself, but that's what's going to start to happen. There's a dissonance and a separation because of a change of the way that you feel about people, or the way that people feel about you, the way that you feel about a social situation and how people behave in the situation, because you're finding or learning it was underhanded, or somebody's finding and learning that you helped to instruct the underhandedness. I don't know where you're coming in this, but I'll say this. Somebody's shit's about to be exposed. So I hope to God, Taurus, that you are not the ones with the stink coming off you. I think that for most of you, this is really about recognizing the failures and falsehood in something that you associated yourself with. And now, what's your choice? What are you going to do? Maybe to save face, but I think it's more than that. I think it's about showing people that that's not who I really am. I didn't even know that that was going on, and now that I do, what actions am I going to take? Whether it's you or them, that's the mentality of the moment and the person under pressure. So let's see more details. Ooh, this is some shady business. So something has been in limbo for a long time because the Hangman came out. In other words, this is meant to slow you down. So don't try to, if an opportunity is presented to you, take it, but don't try to push, because pushing will go against sort of God's plan. The universe is saying slow down. The Hangman is saying it wants to flip you upside down to make you see things from a different perspective. So now I'm even more sure that there was something going on here that was not correct. And it wants you to be able to see that. So if you get any delays this week, it is because there's something here that was not right and needs you to see it. Okay, so why? Why does it need Taurus to see it? To learn, number one. Okay, so we have what came out first was the three of wands, which means to learn. Or because maybe you got education in this. Maybe because you were planning to, you thought this was an opportunity that was coming in, but this is also an opportunity that is coming in to really show exactly who you are. But we got the Death card here, and this is Scorpio. So this is opposite energy than you. So basically to A, help you see things from the opposite perspective, and B, it's to help reveal toxins and toxicity and to rise above them. You know, so now that you know that it's clear and you see it clearly, there's sort of no getting around this. This is interesting because in terms of Taurus is where the North Node is. Taurus has got a lot of pressure on it. So there is some sense of toxicity or healing or hurt that you need a new perspective on. There's a Tower here. It's going to surprise you. Oh boy. It's going to surprise you, but the message is coming out. There's clarity around it. So this is definitely a message being delivered or information coming out. It could be even like a newscast saying like this is going to be a shocker. Now this may not have something to do with you personally, but the industry in general or a traditional system that is now being exposed for like manipulative stuff, like stuff that just was stuff that was definitely shady, intentionally shady. You're going to be able to see that. It's going to come really clear to you. And honestly, I think it's going to sway the direction that you're going to move, but you're going to be put under pressure because it's like, okay, Taurus, now that you know, who are you really? Now that it's been exposed and you can't say, I don't know, who are you really? So this is really, is it a test week? Oh, it is a test because that's the square. That's the square for the full moon. That's the square with Uranus and the sun. It's like, are you willing to change once some truth or reality has been exposed? Especially if it's going to make you look bad if you don't. And the Death card just went upside down. And I really don't want to see this upside down because that means a real ending or a physical death. So I don't know exactly what that means to you, but it's a sense of maybe a shock, shocking information that could say, if you don't make these changes, something bad could really happen. Or it could cause maybe a lot of deaths, right? Not something you do specifically, but if this is like general Taurus energy, if traditions don't change, that this is actually causing a lot of bad things to happen, or something is predicted to end. There is a Tower here. There's just revelations about something that's systemic that you were involved in, that you are being slowed down to see, wow, this has been going on way too much. This has been happening too much, and now it's clear and it's come to people's attention. There could also be counseling that's going on, because the Queen of Swords could be a counselor. The Lovers is here, so it has to do with attraction. That's another kind of tough challenge thrown in. Being being attracted to somebody, or maybe even somebody that you're with, or somebody that you're involved with, being involved in this kind of energy. We have the Queen of Cups. So this is a kind-hearted person, a good person, very sweet, very loving, and unconditionally caring. Something may be ending, and this may be just beginning. I don't know what's ending, but the Death card in reverse is almost like a sense of something is definitely coming to an end. But it's to push you in the direction of something that needs to pull you near it, needs to have you connected to it. The Queen of Cups and the Lovers is maybe falling in love with a Cancerian, Pisces, or Scorpio. This could be Scorpio energy, or somebody that you thought you were going to be with. All of a sudden it's stopping because you don't want to be with them. If you found out they were involved in things that you don't want to be involved in and you can't get behind. There's a lot here. I mean, to unpack this, we've got to go to the extended. It's going to be a long one. I hope you guys will join me. Give me a little bit for Taurus before we head over to the extended. What do you need them to know about what's coming? Okay, 3 cards fell out. We have the Empress is here, and then the 8 of Swords is here. So being distanced from a huge success, or being distanced from somebody who you thought was extremely successful and admired a lot, as you learn who you are, and you are then able to decide, but this is important to me. Let's go and get more details. The links are above somewhere, attached up here, and then below. I love you guys, and I'll see you there.